This one is Amanda. And I want to add a color element of Alice in Wonderland type flowers around my tattoo, and maybe just a little pop of color on the tattoo itself while still leaving most black and gray. I also don't want it a lot bigger than it already is. What would you suggest? So on this one, just to like add a color element of Alice in Wonderland type flowers around my tattoo. That's like easy. You would just sort of have to find those sort of images, make those. I don't know. I'm so bad at just sketching flowers, but just to have an idea, maybe I think this tattoo is very detailed, right? It has a lot of details. So, a person, if you see this from far, you can't really see what it is. What I would do is I would fix the tattoo itself a little bit. And that would be to have some, and you want the like colors from Alice in Wonderland, but still have leaving most black and gray. I usually don't recommend that because I think either it's black and gray or it's color. Or you can have black and gray with maybe one color. That's nice. But black and gray and several colors, that always can, well, not always, but it can look more messy. But what I would do is I would softly maybe give her some skin color, some skin tone. Separate her, and I would fix her nose and eye a little bit. I would do a little face tuning in here. Give her some skin color and maybe a simple, maybe like a burgundy hair color or something. Just to like separate separate the objects, because as I said, it's a lot of things going on because it's a steampunk theme. I can see that. I love steampunk myself. I'll just clean her up a little bit, add some face like skin tone, and everything else like the hat. It could still be black and gray really, because it can sort of look like, oh, it's a gray hat, it's a silverish hat. But just like, so I would, if you want to keep it mostly black and gray, I would keep not that many additional colors if you want to add colors. So if we would stick to a little burgundy, which is a little, it goes with a steampunk theme, sort of. Maybe the rose can be a little bit reddish. Um, we'll do like a dark and multiply, yes. Um, uh, you get what I want to do here. Maybe even some careful burgundy in some of her clothings as well, just to like still give it some separation from the other stuff around it here. So yeah, if we would do something like this, then that will be easier to make something else behind it, and then we could do like a contrast color from burgundy, which would be more like a greenish. So how about like a soft dark green as a main sort of main color behind it, because that will add to that red color, but still not being too bright and too much, you know. And you don't want it to be way too much bigger. So I would just like put some green here, make a little forest kind of vibe. I'm using the weird brush right now, so I'm sort of like just sketching very roughly, but you understand sort of what I'm. Uh, as soon as I'm doing this, I feel like I can sort of see more of what this actually is. So just like giving her some fresh skin tones and maybe some burgundy red in her hair, clothing, and the rose, doing a soft green in the background. And then you can have maybe some like flowers in the back as well. It could be like very blurry, and you can maybe have like one more visible flower here. Maybe you're seeing like a flower with a face in it or something like that. And you have one big one here, which is more detailed, and maybe one big over here. No, that just looks like you're having some weird dots. But you sort of get what I'm saying, I think. This would be my number one idea. Just to like make maybe this flower a little bit more detailed. Something is going on here, right? You sort of get what I want to do. Like, yeah, that's what I would do straight off this. I don't have time to work a little more on this, though I would love to.
This is the Tat Chat with Electric Linda.